Today we're going to learn how to set up a document properly so that it is in MLA format. When you log into Blackboard and click on Course Content, you will see that you must go to Unit 2, Reference Documents, and Setting Up Your Paper Properly. This link will give you step-by-step instructions for what I'm going to show you here. The first thing you'll need to do is open a blank Microsoft Word document. Be sure that you're on the Home tab when you open this document. The first thing you'll select is the font here. Choose the drop-down menu and select Times New Roman. You may scroll through the very long list or simply begin typing the name. You want to select 12 as the size you will use, and then click this little pop-out box next to Paragraph. Notice that here under spacing, it shows that there is 0 points of space before a paragraph and 8 points of space after. This must be changed to 0 to avoid additional space in your paper that does not properly belong in an MLA document. Choose double spacing and click this button that says Don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. After you've done all of this and you have these settings correct, choose OK. The next thing you will do is to click on the Page Layout tab. Here you will check your margins to be sure that they are set at 1 inch all the way around. Some programs and some versions of Word default to 1¼ inches on the left and right margins. The next thing that you will do is move your cursor to the very top edge of the page and double-click. This brings you into the header and opens the Header and Footer Tools menu. You will need to choose Page Number, Top of Page, Plain Number 3. This puts a number 1 in the corner of your page. The next thing that you will do is type your last name and hit the spacebar 1 time. This is not in Times New Roman, so you do need to make sure and change this font also. Highlight it, choose Times New Roman, and make sure that it is in a 12-point font. Once this is done, double-click back into the body of the paper. This closes the header and allows you to begin typing. There are 4 lines of information that must be included at the top of every single MLA paper that you will write, for me or anyone else. First, you must put your name, first and last. Next, you must hit your instructor's name. The next line includes the name of the class. For us, that's going to be English 1, or you may put Composition 1. The final line is the date. You have 2 choices for how to format your date. You may put the number, the month, and the year with no commas and no additional spacing and no abbreviations. Or you may do it the more traditional way, but don't forget to put the comma. Once you have completed these 4 informational lines, which again will be at the top of every single MLA paper, in the body, not in the header, hit Enter 1 time and choose this button right here, which allows you to center your text. You will insert your title and hit Enter 1 time and choose the button next to it to make sure that it goes back to left alignment. Then you will hit the Tab key on your keyboard 1 time, and that's where you begin to type your paper. Please remember not to add additional blank lines between your informational lines in your title and the body of your paper, or separate paragraphs within the paper. Now let's look at what happens when you're done typing out the body of your paper. On the reference document, we are on step number 13. Once you've completed your final paragraph, hit Enter one time and move up to the Insert tab and choose Page Break. Here, once again, you will go back to the Home tab, click the Center button, type Works Cited, C-I-T-E-D, hit Enter one time, and go back to the left margin. This is where you will begin to enter your reference documents. This is not a proper citation. I merely want to show you how it appears on the screen. Your works cited should have a hanging indent, which we will cover in another video, and should be in alphabetical order by the last name of the author of the article you're using. Once you have completed all of these things, you are done with your paper. Save it appropriately with a good file name and turn it in through the Turnitin link in Blackboard.